I'm outside with my dogs right now, and I just accidentally showed the color of my house. If you're one of the 2 people that saw that, I'd appreciate if you didn't share it, even though it's a very common color, and there's tons of double wides that look like my house, and the same color as my house, and still try not to share any identifiable information. But I wanted to talk about my dogs with you guys, and I'm going to make sure I don't do that again. Hey, like shut eye for people right now. Snacks because we've had lots of cucumbers and a lot of them have become overgrown. And this, oh, hey Anna, I'm so glad you made it. I don't know if you're one of the 2 people that saw the color of my house. I'm gonna shut up about it, but yeah, we're gonna be more careful. I really wanted to spend some time outside with y'all before it gets like, any later in the year, and it's going to be harder to do this. And I'm already getting bugs on me, even though I use like, you'd be surprised, Anna. You'd be proud of me. I use, gosh, where did I put it over? I can't reach it right now. I use a pretty hardcore bug spray with permethrin in it on my skin. I never thought that I would have used it on my skin, especially, but now I do because I know what it's like, to get ate up by these chiggers and mites and ticks. So this is our girl dog named Layla, and we actually got her a whole year and a half after we got our male dog Rocco. But we fell in love with mastiffs because we got a female who has passed away. Her name was Mila. So Layla is like uh, Mila part two. She's just the greatest. Our Mila was a brindle too, and she was half English Mastiff, half Great Dane. We met her parents. She was definitely what they call a Daniff. That is half Great Dane, half some other kind of Mastiff. German Mastiffs. Great Danes are German Mastiffs, for anybody that doesn't know. Hey, Mr. Carey. So Layla, we got her from Craigslist. We did not meet her parents. She was 4 months old. We were told she was an English Mastiff. She's definitely a mix. Like she's she's pretty big, but I don't think we don't think she's full-blooded English Mastiff at all. I mean, you can kind of see in her face she's definitely got a more narrow snout than most Mastiffs would have. But I'm not like displeased. That's what you get when you adopt a dog off Craigslist. She's a beautiful girl. The former owner still keeps in touch with me every few months. He asks about her. He got a job where he would be out of town a lot, and he said she was just a lot to deal with. He didn't have the time to dedicate to training her. She was jumping on his mom who had health issues. And hi, Bern, how are you? So she has been such a blessing, even though we got her at 4 months old. And one thing about the giant breeds, the larger dogs, in my opinion, sure they'll always remain big babies in certain ways, but they do mature faster when it comes to some of the puppies. Like they tend to be housebroken faster, like thanks to their larger bladders in part. But we just, after losing our first Mastiff, Mila, about 3 years ago, 3 years ago, September 1st, we were like, okay, no more mastiffs. Like, we don't want to go through that again. Their lifespans are too short, and we just couldn't stay away. We got Rocco. Look, he just went to get Layla's cucumber. This is Rocco. I'm sorry. I wanted to like entertain them in this small space with me because they're not used to it. When they're done eating, I'm sure we'll get a lot better footage of him. But he is definitely a Danish. He is half Great Dane, half Neapolitan Mastiff, and he is just he's like Scooby Doo. He really is a character. I guess Neapolitan Mastiffs are guardian breeds, and I've never had a dog that was guardian breed or half guardian breed. He is, be nice. You stole her cucumber, man. She's usually the one that is like dominating him when it comes to toys and stuff like that. She has a food aggression only towards him. She doesn't have food aggression towards like any of us. So Rocco is, oh gosh, Rocco, are you 3 years old? And am I thinking that right? 3 years old in November? He is. That kind of makes me sad. Rocco is what they call a silver or blue fawn. He is like uh, a fawn, but with, silver hues. He's got very light blue eyes. Um, a vegetarian dog. Um, I love giving them fresh snacks from the garden. I don't remember feeding them cucumbers last year, honestly. I'm very pleased that they like to eat them. They're full of B vitamins and, just great hydration. Somebody taught me at work, there's this thing in watermelons. Gosh, a structured water. You can look it up. Like the water in watermelons will like hydrate your cells better. It's just so interesting. It's like God made these, fruits and vegetables for us like in a special way to just like give us everything we need. But I really want to show you guys. It's kind of hard not to. Layla, hi, good girl. Oh, she's so sweet. She really is the sweetest. Mastiffs do this thing called leaning. Like, I'm sure probably other big dogs do it too, but they're like notorious for putting their weight against you and leaning on you. And she likes to, oh my goodness. See, that's like, they're gonna knock me around or like make me accidentally show some identifying information or something. I'm gonna turn the camera around on me for just a minute while they finish their snack. Ooh. Yeah, it's not all good. Oh, there's a beautiful butterfly. I've seen so many beautiful butterflies today, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Saw one of the most beautiful giant swallowtails I've ever seen in my life. Like it had to have been like this big. I'm not kidding. Lots of other ones. And I've got just a few sunflowers, but it's just amazing what a few big flowers can do for the pollinators and how well they can feed them. I'm sorry, my tripod is so bad right now. And the one I'll show you, I have it on video. The sunflowers I've got are dwarf varieties at that because they're like in the beds around this area I'm sitting in right now. I've got my cucumbers behind me. It like smells like cucumbers. That's so great. I'm sorry, I'm not looking in the chat. See, Bass, are you talking about my dog being a big baby or do you have a big baby? Because she is a big baby. She really is. She is so sweet. And same thing with Rocco, the boy. Like I was saying, he's guardian breed. Like, I've never had a dog. Like, he will start barking at somebody, and it's like, we praise him at first because I thought it's helpful. Like, recognize you're doing your job well, right? Like, good boy. Thank you for letting that person's here. But, like, you can stop now. He just doesn't know when to stop. And he doesn't know how big he is. He doesn't know. I don't know if you guys can quite see how big he is too. His neck is so big. His neck is like way bigger than my head. And so when we got Rocco, it was when we lived on our 20 plus acre property with the pack of half feral chows roaming around. Like they hadn't had free reign of our property, but the guy that owned it before us had an electric fence up that he had taken down. In hindsight, and I bet he would have. In hindsight, if we were to do that again, I would have been like, "Hey, can you keep that electric fence up? What kind of deal can we make for you to not take the?" Because he just took the wire down, like all the posts were still up, right? Or like we could have put it up ourselves. I get it, but like he knew the land so much better than us, and he was pasturing cows. There's cows across the street from me. There's longhorn cows. I'd love to show you guys. I'm just so paranoid. I'm going to show like my neighbors' houses. I don't want to like show anything like that. But my neighbors, one of our neighbors, several of our neighbors, just one that we can see from our house has livestock. Hey TWC, I remember you. Hi Craig. Torturing dogs with veggies. Trust me, they get like 8 cups of kibble, and if you guys start supporting my YouTube, I will feed my dogs the best, like freeze dried, whatever we could afford, but we can't afford like the best of the best. You guys aren't gonna leave me. I know you're used to roaming around. Come here. Don't make me like yell in people's ears. Come here. Um, right now we don't feed them the best kibble. We feed them what we can afford, which, blue collar salary. And that's one thing that I think is such a shame. Like we're all struggling so much, and it's like you have to be like rich anymore just to be able to afford a pet. We do have a cheap vet within an hour of us that like thank goodness for them. Like when we found our cat on the street, we got him neutered, dewormed, like bathed, all that stuff for like under $300. It was amazing. He had an overnight stay. I think it was even under 2. I'm not kidding. This was like a year and a half, 2 years ago. Seriously. There's still, because it is a poorer cost of, like, that's the good side to a poorer cost of living area. Yeah, there's less opportunity, but because of the lack of opportunity, there's also a lot of people that understand there's not a lot of money floating around. And You don't get nickeled and dimed to death as much, and I think it's a shame that people can't afford pets, so many rentals make it so hard on people, which I do see the flip side to that. There's, like, so many people that don't take care of thank you, don't take care of, like, they're rooting in my cucumber plants, and daddy just gave them some toys. Um, but yeah, I had to get a cat fix during the pandemic and had to do it through a veterinarian's office. It ended up costing $800. Billy, that is insane. Good for you for doing what needed to be done. There's so many stray cats and dogs in the country. Give me 1 second. I'm going to keep talking. The stray animal problem here is insane. You guys need to share this. Oh, look, it's 2 bowls. Daddy knew what he was doing. There's 2 bowls for each of you. They're drinking one now. They're so antsy because they're used to being off the leash on our 1 acre, and they've been trained pretty well. The girl dog used to chase cars. She doesn't do that anymore, thank goodness. Um, Stilix in the UK is about $100 to get a cat neutered. Yeah, neutering is cheaper than you just said fix. You didn't say spay or neuter, but neuter is going to be cheaper, right? Because they don't have to like. It's not as internal. Um, People are flirting with you, Mr. Carey. Okay, so we got on here 11 minutes 20 seconds ago. I made posts on my channel. I will walk around and show more of my yard. I already have it planned with my husband. Once the youngest goes to sleep, he's going to come out here and start a fire and get the dogs. So that's going to be in about 48 minutes. Anybody that's, but I should probably walk around like with the dogs before he comes out, before we lose much daylight. Because we have fruit trees. And last night in my live, I said it's good to like plant fruit trees in the beginning of the winter. That was I meant like at the end of fall, beginning of winter is what I meant to say. But I said winter, and I meant to correct that. Like there's a lot of fruit trees that are on sale at the end of the summer, fall. Wow, the gnats are really bad right here. And I haven't pruned the dead leaves off my cucumber plants because they really didn't need it until recently. So that's not good. You should always take care of like rotting leaves when you have fruiting vegetation. Um, Neil said, how would you describe your perfect Sunday? Well, lots of family time. I like to be productive every day, right? My husband's like better about that than me. He's always getting something done. Rocco, rubbing around and shaking, flapping his big jowl. Come say hi to the camera, handsome. Show him your pretty blue eyes. He had to have cherry eye surgery 3 times. 3 times. The third time they just cut them out. If you don't know what cherry eye is, it's when like the red gland sticks out. A lot of larger dogs have it. It's an issue with certain breeds more so than other large breeds. Unfortunately, I think it's Neapolitans. They're really droopy, wrinkly. There was a Neapolitan in a Harry Potter movie, or more than one, I guess. I don't know. I didn't really watch many of those movies, but there's a dog that's like wrinkly. But anyways, Neapolitan Mastiffs are Italian Mastiffs. They are the cousin of, I always say this wrong, Cane Corsos. I think I said it right, right? Cane Corso. And they are some of the most ancient dog breeds. They literally were bred to like fight lions in the Roman Colosseums. Are so cool. Their bite force is like one of the strongest too. And yeah, they're trained more so to pin threats down, not to bite them. Thank goodness. They don't have that bite into them. But I mean, you can see. I mean, look at my going. I'm trying to be careful. Rocco, I want to show them your pretty face and how you are silver. I don't even know what he's eating now. I hope it's not going to make him get sick. A gelato mastiff. You're so bogophobia, I can slap you. Oh no! I wonder if there's a gnat on my face. Did I say that? It's getting bit that bothers me. I cannot go work sweating with bug bites on me. That's one reason. And sitting still, it's okay. Whenever I come out here and walk around, it's not as bad. But I told my husband that. Um, but yeah, I just feel like it's a sign that I need to prune them. I just don't think I usually have naps on me. But I don't spend time at night with my cucumber plants that much. Thanks, Mr. Carey. Part 3 is going to load in 11 minutes. Okay, thank you. I was just going to say that I posted We got 32 people in here. I've been talking a lot about Mr. Carey and his family, like trying to raise some money. And there's some videos that I posted on my posts on this channel. If you want to, you've heard me talk about him and his family. If you want to hear more of Mr. Carey's story, he shared it. And I completely understand. Like, he's been through so much. And that's what I left in a comment. Like, you've been through so much in the last quarter of a century. It's going to, like, take a while to explain it. And if anybody's interested or, like, wants to know more details, because, like, you know, I said, it's human nature. People are going to be like, well, like, why does this person need this money? And, like, um, yeah, been through a lot, and there's so many people my whole life, so many people's fathers, and so many people I've known in my age group that, you know, have wrecked their bodies working these jobs. Like, and that's what I'm concerned the way I feel lately. I'm like, I thought my job was great because I didn't think it was hurting my body. And now lately I feel like I might be giving myself arthritis or something because it's too much for me. And, no job making 18, 19, $20 an hour is worth that. Even with great insurance, because I'm sorry, of course he's going to be making all these noises. But yeah, but you didn't have to re-upload it, Mr. Carey. It's the same video. It just finally moved on from 22%. That's really interesting because whenever it's stuck, I always delete it. But now maybe next time I'll just like let it go. Sorry, Zero or Zaro. I didn't see what you said. Um, what did you say, Zaro? I don't see any comments from you. I thought my dogs would be more entertaining. I don't know why. They're like at the door trying to get out. Come here, Layla. Layla, come here. Look. Oh, okay. See, I start paying attention to Layla, and then Rocco comes out every single time. He's super jealous. He can't pay attention to. Earlier, me and my husband were hugging, and he barked at us. Puppy, pup, pup, Rocco. Oh, I'll show you better. Yeah, I'll walk around with my phone pointed down and show you guys the pathetic almost food forest we have established, because I think it is important. Like, we barely have put any time or money into everything. No, Layla, and even if you don't know what you're doing, like if you could just plant a few trees and bushes, like you're gonna be better off. And there's dogs across the street. They're pinned up. They're not. They're outside dogs. The neighbor that has the livestock. If you hear other dogs barking, pretty dogs, absolutely pretty. I believe Healer is massive. Like yours, big baby. Oh, don't got a heart to rehome him. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, like, Rocco, I mean, his issues were like, he always had somebody with him. He was the hardest dog to train. And they say, like, with the guardian breeds, it's all about socialization. Socialize, socialize, socialize. I don't know what we could have done any differently than, like, take him with us everywhere we went, like, as far as to grocery stores, Tractor Supply, you know? Uh, like, we had a septic man coming over that came over almost every day. Neighbors' dogs. Like, he's always been great with dogs. He's never he will bark at dogs and act like, who are you, at first, but he's never bit a dog or been aggressive. He's always been very playful with other dogs. However, like, one time the UPS man was at our front door and he like lunged at him, and the guy goes, he scared me, and I felt so bad. And I remember crying to my husband when he came home that day. I was like, I can't take this. Like, we seriously considered rehoming him because that was when I was at home full time, and I was like, with my hernias, he has pinned me down. It's like I don't let him put one paw on my lap, or because he'll like hoist himself up onto me and like literally start like trying to pin me down. And it's not aggressive. It's weird. It's like his way of being affectionate with us. Like, a lot of these, he's probably a good 120 pounds now. They just don't realize how big they are. They genuinely don't. um, they'll hurt your feet really bad, like stepping on them, you know. But they don't get it. Never let a dog pin you down, Dave said. Right, especially a mastiff. And um, I have two, possibly three hernias, so it's really hard for me to push him off of me. But yeah, we had to deal with that. And if we could have afforded to get some outside dog trainer, I mean, I would have loved that advice. But I honestly feel like he's just a quirky dog. And when you get half breeds, you think a lot of people assume at least you're gonna get, like, the best traits of each breed, but that's not necessarily true. You might get the worst traits of each breed. It really is a toss-up genetically when it comes to dogs, but, we fallen in love with mastiffs, obviously. My kids argue and complain on Sunday too. Nothing like a lazy Sunday, yes. I love family time. I love having a clean home, though, you know what I mean? I love making sure, like, things are done. I'm really blessed, though, I have a husband that helps out a lot around the house. I know a lot of people don't have that, a lot of people aren't able physically to help as much as he does. I'm like I'm like the one weighing him down, if anything, right? With all my issues. But, yeah, kids that get cooped up in the house over the weekend, I remember that. Oh, Dynavik, if you're still in here, Mr. Carey had a video uploading that was stuck at 22% all day. We were talking earlier. Yes, he doesn't know his way. Best Sunday in a while, Mr. Carey. Well, Carrie, Lucky, and you both with me. Oh, yes, that was nice, Anna. Anna had her first live earlier. I don't know if you kept that up, like, public, Anna, but you were funny. I really think that's what's so great about the internet and YouTube, and we can connect with people, especially people with different backgrounds. We might not have ever been able to at least, like, sit down and talk to for hours, you know? Okay, I'm gonna, let's see. Gonna take my phone off of here. Oh gosh, I just pinched my finger real bad. Okay. Pretty girl. Look at that pretty girl. He's like, don't look at her, look at me. Pretty Layla. That's my pretty girl. Oh, she's got a black mask. Sometimes I wonder if she isn't like got some Belgian Malinois, or maybe that's just wishful thinking because I think those dogs are cool. But she runs like a shepherd or something. Like I've never seen or either of our other two mastiffs run the way this bitch does. Anna was hilarious. You have to usually Anna, I don't know if it's, like, true across the board, but usually I had to purposely go make it public after a live. Now, when I have a monetized live, it stays public, but every other time before I monetize them, it would just go private, but I don't know if that's something I had on my end. Hey, Zeusney, am I saying that right? Do you have a dog that looks like her? Y'all excited about the harvest season coming up? DMC, I'm growing a pumpkin patch I'm going to show you soon. I'm super excited about my pumpkins because I've only ever grown really small pumpkins before, and now I'm growing like so many varieties. I've got a good, like, oh gosh, I counted it earlier, 16 or 18 vines going now. You'll see. Some of them are, some of them might not make it, but most of them are doing well. Mr. Carey said that you should leave it public, Anna. Dave said, "Hey, Layla, you're getting people." Yeah, she wagged her tail. You're getting people to say hi. Oh my gosh, she is such a love bug. And of course, Rocco has to come sniff her butt. We do have chickens, and I want to show you our chickens too. Higher picture quality activated. 600? Seriously, Anna? That's amazing. So are those, how many of those are like egg layers and how many of them are meat chickens? Thank you, Akis. Okay, I think I'm saying that right. They are great. And I have a few videos, like I have a shorts of Rocco as a puppy where I feel like you can see like every rib of his, and it's like something that I'm paranoid about because if you've never had a mastiff before, it's like they go through these growth spurts as puppies where it's like you can't keep weight on them. That dog eats 8 cups of food a day. Now he's at a great weight now, and you can't see every rib now. But there's just like a video where it's like when when he's walking around our couch or something, like you can see his ribs. It's like ideally you see the last 2 ribs. You know how slim Great Danes are. Most people do, but oh my gosh, they're being so cute right now, sniffing the air. But I think see my husband had to prop this heavy pot against the door, and I think I'll be able to open it. Not trying to be impolite. This is just my first time here. Are you doing all right? Oh, Dave, that's my tripod. It's not a cane, but you're completely fine to ask me anything you want. I disclose probably too much medical information about myself. That's really sweet of you. I don't know what you're saying. Whatever, to Sandra Horn. I'm sorry. I haven't seen Fixed on Netflix, DMC. We haven't watched Netflix in years. Egg layers, I hate them now when eggs prices went high and sold them for normal prices in town. Oh, that's good for you. There's somebody that sells eggs at work. It's so cute because I see a handful of coworkers leaving with a carton of eggs like once or twice a week. I love Kentucky. I see like cartons of eggs in the cooler. No, Gigi, I don't think so. I've got a cat. My husband's bathed before. He's like a land shark. He needs a bath sometimes. But yes, I think I'm going to. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, if you guys could. Okay, I think I can manage this. Give me one moment, please. I'm sorry. No, no, big. I don't want you knocking it. Okay, I got it open. Now my dogs are going to be roaming around, and if for some reason I have to yell at them, I'm apologizing in advance. I'm going to try really hard not to like raise my voice and yell at my dogs. Oh, look who it is! It's our cat, Token. Hi. He's very vocal. Hi. He's the guy that my husband found. This lady had cats intentionally, like to rehome them. It's just such a problem out in the country. I would give you a cucumber if you would eat it, but you don't eat them. Okay. My chat wasn't showing the recent chats. I was told I should try. Okay. Yeah, this is bee balm. It's so funny. I thought it was mint for like 8 months. Like it overwintered, and I kept thinking it was mint until it started to flower, and I was like, oh wait, that is not mint. um, I'll show you guys my best sunflower. I've got some gomphrena, or what is called globe amaranth. That's some of that. I'm really excited. It's some of the best flowers to dry. Yeah, I got sunflowers that haven't bloomed. My dill, it can't, just wants to go to seed. I'm just letting it. It's just gonna go to freaking seed. And this sunflower, every time I look at it, there's at least two bees on it. It makes me so happy. Oh my gosh, it does. And the geometry, I just love everything about all flowers. Oh, here we go. There's a third. Oh, that one flew right into my hand. I'm not scared of bees. I'm really not. After gardening, I love having bees buzz around my head. Okay, so there's gomphrena in the back, those that haven't started to bloom yet. I thought it was celosia, but and my calendula, I should probably pull that. It's not doing great. But this is that globe amaranth. Some of it. I've got a few different varieties. It is so cute. Look at that collar. And it will stay true to color when it dries, like straw flowers. It's not focusing. It's so tiny. See, these are starting to bud over here. I kind of like the narrow leaves better, personally. That looks like bee balm slash horse mint, both mint fan, but it smells like oregano. The geometry has like honeybees. Yes, it's definitely. I know from the seeds I planted. It's bee balm. I've given up my backyard to bumblebees. I wait for them every spring. DMC said, yes. It's like I don't want to say something to offend anybody, but it's almost like bullets buzzing past your head when you're in like a busy garden full of blooms and there's like bees. I've been desensitized to that. Let's just say. Gosh, I really hope none of my neighbors. Like, we still have compost. This is our compost pile. We still um, have plenty of it. Like I was afraid we weren't going to have enough. That's the thing about mastiffs. They tend to stick with you. You know, they want to stay. So I'm gonna keep it down on the ground for a second, just to make sure I don't show my neighbors. We're gonna walk out to the corner, and then I'll show you our fruit trees. And guys, don't laugh, okay? Because I just realized how bad our pears look. Maybe I should have shown you. We're just like in a few years, we're gonna have some big fruit, and like I don't know. I need to ask my husband I know he harvested some, but there's still a lot of pears on our pear trees right now. Let's see, they're not great. They're not that big. They'll get better every year. Those scraggly plants, it's like grapes and golden raspberries. My golden raspberries got decimated by Japanese beetles this year, unfortunately. My pear, and then we've got some apples and peach, right? Apples and peach. And then the little bushes you see in the background are blueberries. Starting to, that's my cat, starting to mulch with cardboard because we had a big plot tilled. I have a video about it. And it just got overgrown after my surgery. Oh my gosh, my cat doesn't. He is being so cute. I wish I got that on video. He just ran real fast. Okay. Sorry, this probably is a great video. So you get the gist. We've got like 2 rows of fruit trees, this row of blueberries. We've got like, I don't know, 10 blueberries. That is my gigantic marshmallow. This is what we were sitting inside of at the beginning of the video. My husband built this out of cedar fence pickets. It was like the cheapest alternative for us. We do need to stabilize it. Like, I think he did a really good job. Like, all the projects he's done like this, he doesn't have any help. He doesn't have anybody teaching him besides YouTubers. Yeah, it's over an acre TWC, which is more than enough to homestead for one family. And I really like how we are backed up against trees. You know, it really helps keep things cool even on the hottest days. Like, you go in our backyard by the trees, it's like its own little microclimate. So these are yellow squash, which I'm really excited about. Two that are probably too close together, but I haven't had any summer squash this year yet. Thank you, Mr. Carey. And my markers, like, I have a video where I could go back and see each variety. I don't know every variety, basically. Like, the markers have washed out. See, this whole thing used to be tilled, like almost up until the trees. And it was like a month. The weeds got so bad. We put down mulch. The mulch that you see was like all over here. But you need to lay down like 6 inches of mulch at least, like 6 to 8 inches. Sorry, Layla. And we've got 3 mounds where nothing happened, but we've got plenty of vines. See, I planted these the first week of July. So because they're in compost, I think what happened is there's like too many nutrients, and when something's trying to develop new roots and there's too many nutrients, the roots aren't going to develop as fast. You know, they get burnt up. So now I believe they're probably down past that heaping mound of compost. Besides these guys, I don't know when these are ever going to grow. We've been using like the jet stream to water. That's why that soil is so broken up, I think. Okay, but this is what I'm most excited about. I have 4 vines of the Big Max variety. These can get like 100 pounds or more. Hey, hey, come here. Come here. Come, come. Good boy. Good girl. I don't want you going in the woods at night. That's a good boy. He's being good. I don't want to be yelling in your guys' ears either. My husband's been clearing out a lot of. Wish I had a before and after, but there used to be a lot more, young trees. Like, we'd like to do something with this area. We don't have much of the woods, but it does go back. You see that shooting target? I think that's about how far back it goes. But yeah, I don't go. I guess I do have bug spray now. I don't like to go and there's like mites. I never experienced so many um, mites, and when we were off grid in Indiana is what I was gonna say. And we were off grid, like for like weeks, I had bugs crawling all over me, like that sensation. Here's our well. We need a new pump for, but like we would love to get that in working order. If anything, for like emergency situation. Um, yeah, this trash can. My husband's so cute with his firewood. Oh, I thought this was a compost trash can. He drilled holes in one trash can and was like using it for compost. I think this is the compost pile now. Right there. There's some diatomaceous, a bag of diatomaceous earth. And I think the dogs will be cool if I go in the, I guess my husband does it, and go in the chicken coop. I need to go get the tripod so I can set it up so you, well, I don't know. I'm afraid they're gonna like knock it over. There is a pond, um, not that far away from here. I'd say like one more acre beyond those trees, but so close enough, but not close really. There's spring peepers here. They're one of two kinds of frogs that I'm not gonna say they freeze to death, but you know, they freeze in the ground and then they like come back to life every year and they make the sweetest sound. And when we lived off grid, we had our cabin, we had a few spring fed ponds there, and I really miss that. I miss that sound of the spring peepers and the flowing water. It's like so peaceful. My husband's been learning more about these trees. I know that tree looks awful. We would love to get somebody that knew more out here to tell us like what is really healthy and what should be taken down possibly because we're pretty close to our house right now. I wouldn't have set a house this close to gigantic trees, but you know, it is what it is. It's a cheap house. Okay, kitten wants the spotlight. Hi, kitty cat. Hi, kitty cat. Kitty cat. Okay, shoot, my dogs. Honey, if you're watching this, will you? Oh, they're right there. They're being good. They're being good puppies. I was afraid that I was going to have to yell for them. I think I'm just going to take my phone inside of the chicken coop with me. I might be shaking it a little bit more. Oh, yeah, there's definitely a lot of cicadas. The cat loves to get cicadas. He likes to eat them. They know. I have all these scraps in this bag. I think it'd be easier if I just dumped in a bowl. Oh, Anna, can chickens have pineapple? I'm assuming chickens can have pineapple, right, Anna? I meant to Google that. A chicken, oh, no, 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 not for you, honey. No, 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 not for you, sweetheart. Good boy. You're a good boy. This is a dicey situation. Yes. Well, we got the coop from Tractor Supply. Oh, goodness. But my husband built this chicken run too. He's too hard on himself. Whenever he builds stuff, he doesn't realize what a good job he does. Look at that door. Okay, I'm making them all anxious. Great. I'm probably going to get like attacked. I might just set the bowl inside real quick. I need to check for eggs. We're going to check for eggs together. Okay, girls. Girls. Checking my foot. I shouldn't have worn my sandals. It didn't hurt. Okay. Yeah, I wore my sandals in the dirty chicken run. Oh, now the dogs are playing hard. We got 3 eggs today. I need to get our bowl. So I'm assuming they're going to be okay eating pineapples. If anybody in the chat knows for sure, I gave them cucumbers, cantaloupe, pineapples. It looks like Daddy threw in, but I didn't know they could have banana peels. But Daddy gives them a lot more kitchen scraps than me because Daddy cooks more. Oh, hi, Alan. How are you? They need their grains too. I was supposed to give them their grains. It looks like they need more water. No, they've got a lot of water. Okay. It's just so full I didn't notice. Okay. Sorry, guys. Well, this is exciting. For a while, they didn't lay anything. It was because we changed their feed. I think we get about 3 eggs a day on average. Yeah, chickens love to eat anything you throw their way, basically. and we give them all the grubs, the caterpillars. We found a caterpillar earlier on one of the sunflowers it was, and I found a squash beetle because I've read a lot of like cucumber beetles, Japanese beetles. If you kill one, like the smell of the crushed bug will attract more of them. So it's a good idea not to like just kill a squash beetle on your plant. I don't know 100% if that's true, but it kind of makes sense to me. So I took care of Japanese beetles in our last yard in Indiana. It was like really, really bad. And in 2 years, I had the infestation down so much from just putting them in soapy water. Aren't they cute? We named them, gosh, I forget, like the sixth one, but we named them after the Golden Girls. You know, there's like 5 Golden Girls, right? Dorothy, Sophia, Rose, Blanche. Dorothy, Sophia, Rose, Blanche. Oh no, there's just 4. Oh yeah, there's Thelma, Louise, Dorothy, Rose, Sophia, Blanche. We decided to name them that, but there's so many hawks around here, you guys. Thank you for being a hen, Wilbur. That's so funny. Oh, that was great. Sometimes I think men were put on the planet to make puns, not to like not give you credit for everything else you do, but man, it is getting dark, and it won't be that long. We're gonna start a campfire about 20 more minutes. I mean, I guess I could probably start it. I don't think I brought a lighter out here and matches though. Yeah, ducks for day. Well, yeah, Mr. Carey's good about that too. I just think their little tail feathers are the cutest thing. Sorry, I didn't bring your grains out here, but like, if somebody doesn't feed you that later, you'll be fine till tomorrow. And then my husband built this thing that I'm like, I know how to use it. Okay, girly girls. It was nice hanging out with you for a bit. But yeah, that's their chicken run. We talk about letting them out more. I know that we should, but like they spend most of their time in there. You know, some people would probably say that's inhumane, but just we're poor. Don't want our egg layers to get killed. And I think my husband did such a great job. Oh, you know what? That chair. I'm gonna walk across, get the chair I was sitting in, and then I'll have the tripod. It's still gonna be a little dark, but if y'all want to see any videos of my face all lit up, you can watch any other live. Trying really hard not to show my house. Sorry, the AC's running. Leave those eggs. Okay, what am I thinking? I left the eggs where Layla can get them. She will eat them. She's an egg eater. Thank you for being a hen. I just had to say that again. Free the chickens, Mr. Carey said. Somebody did say, like, the first time I ever showed them, they're like, you're mean to your chickens. I'm like, I do get it. Like, ideally, they'd be free range and a lot more, but hopefully one day we can afford to have, like, a bigger run, you know? You know, I'm gonna say this is like $600, just this lumber and chicken wire. But you know, if you know anything about lumber prices, the last few years they've been a little up and down, but overall they've been a lot more expensive than it used to be for literally every single thing. I want to show you guys the pretty garden bed that my husband built too. And we probably could have done a better job like protecting the cedar like somehow with some good oil or wax, but we kind of just wing things. You haven't noticed. My cucumbers are so productive. I didn't put the netting up to trellis them until 2 weeks ago. And I didn't even try to trellis them. They were just like all over the place. I was like, whatever. And they started growing up like that on their own. Usually about this time of night we'd be watering everything, but I already watered earlier today. There's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah, their tails are like whips if you've never been around a big dog with a big tail. And I don't believe in docking dogs' tails. Personally, I wouldn't like opt for it and pay for it, but I do understand why they do it. After having such big dogs with big tails, like it can actually, hurt them and their tail can like split open if they hit it hard enough. They're often knocking stuff, they've knocked furniture over, things off of furniture. Okay, so this is, let's see how dark I am. Oh, look, it's my baby. Come here, big. They're like, what is going on? This is unusual. Mommy's hanging out outside. Can you sit? Can you sit? Rocco, can you sit? Okay. Okay. Wilbur says hi. Layla got a hi. Rocco got a hi. You guys are turning into YouTubers. Layla, come. Layla, come. What a good girl. Here she comes. My husband built a doghouse too, but it's really close to our cars, so I don't want to show it. But yeah, he's a little carpenter. Look at this good girl. You did great. Thank you. Oh. Well, I'm glad I came out as early as I did because I really wanted to have a video where I show you guys my dogs. And it's like, I don't want to show my kids. I'm sure any of you that have pets understand, like, dogs can be such a huge part of your lives and your family. And here comes the cat. It's like as soon as I'm gushing about the dogs. And our feline family members are equally as important. Oh my goodness gracious. They're so cute. Rocco, get off of him. He's sniffing his behind aggressively. Like, man, chill out. Okay. Let me see if I. And cat came to sit next to us. I don't know. Maybe we should just go inside after 9 o'clock. The last time I did a fire out here, it was like really hard to see, but it wasn't a great fire either. Layla, come here. Layla, Rocco, come. Oh, it was Rocco. That was orientation is locked. What is going on? Okay. Rocco, come. Rocco, come. Okay, sorry guys. I know that's probably annoying, but yeah, they listen really well. They just, you know, they're dogs. If you didn't notice, he's intact, and we go back and forth about that. Mastiffs need their hormones ideally to fully grow, like their growth plates and everything. Like they'll be much better off if you don't neuter or spay them till they're fully grown, which takes 3 whole years. So we're not being bad dog owners. I know, like to let an intact dog just wander around. But he's only like literally wandered off twice. So I was saying this the other day. I know it's not a great thing, but like he could have babies out there somewhere. Like if he does, I want to see these Rocco babies because they have to be gorgeous. And we did get Layla spayed since we think she's mixed, especially she's not probably giant. She could be, but we because having one heat with the both of them and keeping them separated was like, gosh. Rid of the shed that I used to have that I filmed in like a year ago. I had this big shed when I was furloughed from work. Well, first of all, when they delivered the shed, they messed up our septic lines, or some of them. And of course, they weren't going to do anything to make that right, like even give us a discount. And I didn't even expect them to pay like in full because I gave permission for the guy to drive in the area. I said, I don't know where the septic is. I don't know anything about that. And he's like, can I drive over here? And I brought that up because I was like, I just don't know where our septic is because I didn't. Which, once again, when you buy a house, like, we know where it is now because we've gotten it pumped since. But anyways, they ran over our leach lines, caused issues that don't cause issues in the summertime, but in the wintertime, it's like constant puddles in our yard. We're gonna have to pay like $6,000. It's like ridiculous. It's like a whole new septic, basically. But anyways, it is what it is. That's part of living out in the country. And it is time for our campfire starter. I call him the fire starter because he likes to start fires. I think a lot of people do. I mean, I know a lot of people do. I think it's like a primal thing in people to like fire. It's not a negative thing, right? It's like what kept us alive and able to survive. And the thought of people that would keep a little bit of fire going, like I've heard they knew what kinds of like fungi. There's a big mushroom that some Indians use to, always have a source of warmth and heat. But let me read the chat. There's a cool metal festival in Louisville every year called Louder Than Life. I've been wanting to go. Oh, Wilbur, I've heard about that my whole life. I've never been personally, but I've known lots of people that love that every year. Louisville is such a great city. Louisville has the largest display of fireworks every year. I've never been to the um, Thunder over Louisville. I can't believe I forgot that. It's kind of the start of the Derby season. It's usually at the end of April, and the whole month of May is like Derby celebrations. Derby, Derby, Derby. But there's so much great music. The Louisville Palace. I can't even remember who I saw there. I've been to plays there with my children, but I went to one concert at Louisville Palace. It's like a small, ornate historical theater. It was so cool. That's a really neat place. My oldest son grew up a big Louisville Cardinals fan and has a jersey. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, we're big Louisville Cardinal fans ourselves. Primal instinct, especially when cooking meat over fire, Salvo Fox said. Hey, Salvo, I think I remember you. How are you? If not cloudy, see if by the moon you can see the seven sisters still. I I can't see the moon from here. It is not cloudy. There's very, very few clouds. The brightness. There's nothing like the heat. I really miss having a wood burning stove and having heat derived from fire. It's so good for you. I feel like the way it dries you out and like I know people that have wood stoves can still have mold, but like mold is a big issue. The humidity here is really bad, and the dry heat from wood stoves really it's so great. And even though it's messy, it can be inconvenient. I really do want to have both. Like ideally I would have a wood stove as well. Anna, do you guys have a wood stove? Is some kind of other source of heat, whatever it is. Gosh, our first house we had those like ceramic tubes in the ceilings that is like popular in the 50s or something. It was built in the 80s, but like that was incredibly expensive. Like the smoke's coming. Can you see the smoke? It's like there it goes. It's being blown away now. I'm going to show. Well, I'll just wait till my husband leaves. I almost feel like I could vape, but nobody would see it. We've got. You guys probably can't see, huh? The puppy. Well, they got to see the chickens. I'm glad. We got to see the cat. That's pretty much all the animals we're gonna have probably on this property. Even though I think we do have enough room to have like a few other smaller livestock. I just oh my gosh, they're all being so cute right now. I'm gonna show you the cat and the girl dog. Okay, kitten is Layla laying in the light. Oh, she likes to flop. She loves tummy rubs. This girl will fall asleep like that. I've never seen a large dog lay on their back as much as she does. I'm like, it's not just for tummy rubs. She genuinely likes to lay on her back. How could you forget me? Salvo said. Right, that's what I did not. And then we've got Kitten. Come here. I think he's ready to go inside. Well, you guys, I'm so glad I got to introduce my dogs. And I do take lots of footage of the chickens, and I don't show. I think anything is a good start, and we've gotten a good start here. I'm gonna show the fire. Oh, you're in Scotland, James? There's lots of people from Scotland around here and just in the general region of Appalachia. Thank you, honey. There's so many people with blue eyes, so many people with red hair. I think I've told this story before. You're from Ireland, Salvo? Oh my gosh, that's so cool. There's one time I was at Amazon and we've got sunlight, and I was in a room with like a few dozen of us. I don't like literally like 20 people with red hair in a room of like 30 people. I'm not kidding. And I was like, does anybody else notice how like magical and special this is? I've never been in a room with so many redheads at once in my life. I love red hair. Um, Honey, if you're watching this or listening to this, will you get the dogs? They're like looking at the door, like, why didn't Daddy take us? Oh, now the fire's going. Yeah, lots of practice building fires. Hi, James. How are you doing? He's coming to get the puppies. They were so good. They came back every time I had to call for them. If you see junk in the background, like I just said, okay, so we returned that big shed we were making payments on, and the goal was to like pay it off with our tax return. Because I know we're not the only like low income people. It's like you always know what you're going to spend your tax return on a year ahead of time. It's like our septic and our shed, and so can't sleep. It's 2 a.m. there. Well, I've been known to talk people to sleep before, so if you're trying to get to sleep, I hope that this helps. I'll try not to like shout. Um, but yeah, I already lost my train of thought. Tell some scary stories around the fire. Oh gosh, I wish I had more. The stories I have about like what's happened to me aren't that great. They're so like short. Like I saw this thing and that was it. I try to think of actual good. Go get laid. Talk tomorrow. I don't know if you're saying that about me or you, Anna, but you do you, girl. I'm gonna have to definitely take a shower, wash my hair. I sweated so much today, and I have the permethrin all over my legs. I'm like, I don't want to get in bed, permethrin bedspread. Wish you could have campfires on your property. Now, that's one good thing about living out in the country. But you still need to be careful. My husband's learned a few lessons about that. He started the fire. You're putting it out. Oh my gosh, Anna. Yes, well, I will say anybody facing a hysterectomy, like you need time to things to get back to normal. They normal, don't fret. So that's always nice. When your body heals and proves to you that, you know, you can get past things like that. You guys hear the crickets and the cicadas? Key West. Wow, Tomcat. We went to Key West one time. It is so special. I mean, I went there as a teenager and then I went there with my husband and our first two sons. I love Key West. Yeah, I need some marshmallows. I need to make homemade marshmallows. I keep wanting to do that and I don't do it every weekend. I'm off work. But I like to make marshmallows from, gelatin. I use corn syrup. I have used agave nectar, whatever. Yes, s'mores. But yes, it is one thing. Like, people used to burn trash a lot in the country, and they still do. Like technically, you're not supposed to, but people do it. I'm getting a little close. It's getting. I mean, I'm not getting close. It's getting too big for me to be this close. um, but yeah, I think it's been an hour now. I think this was a good live to introduce you guys to my dog and my dogs, and a cat. You can't stand s'mores. Are you just not a sweets person altogether? Because I understand if it's like, it is a lot. I've had s'mores before where I could only eat like half of it. They're so rich. And I have a big sweet tooth. Mr. Carey's on about that. Oh, this is such a nice fire. I think I'm gonna have to come back out here with my husband if he wants to. There's nothing like a good fire and an adult beverage. I was just a tomcat. You read my mind. Honey, if you're watching this, put more beer in the freezer. Put some beer in the freezer. If there's not two in the fridge for me, please. I drink so rarely now, like usually two. Every once in a while, I'll have three. If it's Heineken, I usually have three or four. We just have some cheap beer right now. I really would like to go camping, but I'm the kind of I would rather have an RV. Like I know the bears around here are like the friendliest kind of bears, but there are bear, and like I worry a lot about that. Less so now that I don't have a uterus. I don't have to worry about that monthly time coming at any moment. But put some mint screen on and lay under the mint. Put a mosquito net on. That would be nice. The mosquitoes really aren't that bad around here. Even with that pond down yonder. Go with a Woodland Reserve bourbon. Tomcat, I don't think I've ever had. Okay, is Crown Royal bourbon? I have taken shots of Crown Royale, Crown Royal, whatever that is. I had a friend that like drank nothing but that, but I don't think I've had bourbon besides that. I haven't had much whiskey. I used to be like a tequila or vodka. If I was gonna go all out, I really like Patron, like really clean. But Crown Royal is blended whiskey. Okay. See, I know the difference between whiskey and bourbon, though, right? It's like one is aged in an oak barrel and one is not. Something about oak barrels, right? I should know this. I live not far away from bourbon country, and they are beautiful. Anybody that like it likes bourbon at all, like if you drink bourbon, you need to make a trip to like where all the distilleries are in central Kentucky because it is so beautiful. You will not regret it, especially if you like that stuff. There's like more distilleries being built all the time. Let me get closer to the fire so you can see my face a little better, and I will say bye because I think it's about time to say goodnight. Okay, I'm not. I don't want to say this guaranteed, but there is a possibility I might jump back on here later tonight. I really, yeah, I know I'm like still like showing my house a little light, but you can't see what it is. This is my face. I look like a. Do 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 do. Are you afraid of the dark? How many people here watch Are You Afraid of the Dark? I love that show. And Tales from the Crypt, even though I indulge a lot less in stuff like that, the older I get and the more I realize how much it affects my anxiety, like I need to be more nervous. But every year around Halloween time, I really like to watch old episodes. And once again, I love YouTube. YouTube is great for that. Kentucky, yes, Fatih. How about the longest cave in the world, Mammoth Cave? Yes, Fatih, you're right. It's technically the longest known cave system in the world, but I didn't know this until recently. I went on a few cave trips recently with my son last month, and it is like the guy described it as a bowl of spaghetti. It's not like end to end 400 miles long. It's 400 miles of, you know, the cave jumbled up like noodles, like a bowl of spaghetti. I thought that was really interesting, and that was cool that he explained it like that. And it's really special, really special place. There's some of the oldest. We're part of some of the oldest known mountain range in the world. There's some people that say the Appalachian Mountain Range is the oldest, but nobody knows that for sure. It could be quite possibly be the second or third, like quite possibly. You look like you're plotting to fry bacon on the fire. Yelling at my arched brows. Aw, we adore you. You saw all my light. Yoder, you're so sweet. I say that to Yoder like every day. You're so sweet. Girl, you're so sweet. Yeah, I just thought that I showed a tiny bit of the siding, but it's so dark you can't see what color it is. I know I need to quit being like paranoid like that. Kentucky, I think also the bluegrass good folks over there, those Kentuckians, they really are fitty. And I make a lot of content about. I was born in Kentucky, but I lived in Indiana, Florida, and California. And every time I told anybody where I was from, where I was born, they would always make fun of Kentucky. There's so many disparaging remarks about Kentucky, and it's really nice to see somebody say something nice like that. So thank you. Because it's true. After living in all those places, several towns, a few cities, a few of the biggest cities in our nation, I really like to let people know, like, this is where I found the most community. It's like you literally have AAA everywhere you go. Like, you can't get stuck for longer than a half hour without somebody pulling you out with their truck. Like, this is just like one example. And I know that sounds like, what can you do for me? Like, me, and I don't want to come off like that. Like, oh, like it goes deeper than like having somebody pull you out of the mud. It's like that mentality of being taken care of, and people who have a certain level of respect. It doesn't matter. Things don't matter besides being good people. Forgot Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel Sanders. Yes, I've been to his grave in Cave Hill Cemetery in Louisville. That's a really special place that I've like contemplated, because I have mixed feelings about showing gravestones on camera. But when it comes to like famous people's headstones, like Muhammad Ali is buried there. I haven't been there since he was buried there. I'd kind of like to go see. Cave Hill Cemetery was designed by somebody who designed cities. I don't know the guy's name, but you know, some European man who designed famous cities. He designed the cemetery. It's just so beautiful. The trees they have and the mausoleums. But anyways, I also realized I missed this. There's a book fair every year in Louisville in the springtime that I missed. It was really a bummer, but yeah, anybody that has the money to that like is considering, like, if you work from home especially and you want to relocate, Kentucky, in my opinion, has it all. Like between our cities and our rural communities, you can like still affordably live, because even if you have six figures, like things are still getting more and more unaffordable, right? So, good for you if you have the ability to just like pick up and move wherever you want. I would heavily consider Kentucky for like everything. Have you ever read She by Robert Johnson? HK, you know I have. Yeah, I need to be better about doing, like, I keep saying I'm gonna work on my membership things. Like, I just need to make little emoji cons like for the members. And um I saw something, if somebody's an author, they recommend like don't talk about your book. The more you talk about writing, the less likely you are to actually do it. And I feel like that's a problem with me. I like talk about things and then I don't do them. But anyways, I'm gonna say good night for now. If I don't see y'all later, I'll definitely see you tomorrow night, or I hope so. I have so much fun hanging out with you on the weekend, and I didn't have the time or energy today to do a script, but I really do have fun with all of you guys, and I love you so much. Good night.